If you run a home service business and you don't know what your customers actually go through from problem to paid job, you're flying blind. Now, there's an entire customer journey happening whether you pay attention to it or not. If you don't support it, you lose money and referrals you should have gotten. So if you've got a small crew here in Florida or anywhere else, this is for you, so let me walk you through it. I'm Jeff Secrease, the owner of Trade Revenue Diagnostics here in Florida, and I help home service and trade small businesses such as HVAC, plumbing, electrical, that don't generate enough profit by finding and fixing the leaks in their revenue system. Now, most customers go through the same 6 phases. Awareness, something's wrong. Consideration, what are my options? Inquiry and lead, let me reach out. Appointment and assessment, come look at this. Presentation and purchase, what should I buy? And fulfillment and advocacy. This is, was it worth it? And will I tell others? Now, if you're only thinking about the moment you give a quote, you're missing 80% of their experience. Now, I've put the 6 phases into a home service customer journey map you can download today. I'll put a sample up on the screen and the full version in the link in the description. The first page is a very simple visual overview you can print and use with your team right away. Now, awareness is when they notice a problem. Maybe their AC isn't cooling the way it should, there's a stain on the ceiling, paint's peeling, windows are fogging, and maybe the water heater is making a crazy noise. Most business owners think that the customer will call them when they're needed. But before they ever contact you, they're feeling annoyed, a bit stressed, and wondering how bad it is and how much it's going to cost. Now, if you have any helpful content like short videos, articles about any of these early problems, you show up in their head as the person who explained it, not just a random company who showed up later. Now, in phase 2 consideration, once they admit, okay, I need help, they move into Google searches, Google reviews, asking local Facebook groups, friends, families for recommendations, and clicking around a few websites to compare. Symptoms you may notice is that you're getting website visitors, but no one actually reaches out for any help. Or maybe you get very low responses from ads. Maybe folks say we went with someone else without much detail. Now, if your Google business profile is dead, your website's vague, and there's no real proof or education, you lose people here before they ever become a lead. Phase 3 is the inquiry and lead. Now, this is where they actually reach out. They call, fill out a form on your website, send a direct message, walk in. This is also the lead stage and lapse. And common pains here are that maybe calls go to voicemail, forms they fill out don't get responded to within the first few hours or days, message is totally unread, or maybe your office staff is just winging conversations on the phone. And from your side, you're thinking people don't follow through, or you've got bad leads. But from the customer side, they're thinking, I've called 3 companies and 2 didn't even answer, just 1, and that's who they book with. And if you don't have a fast response or a simple booking process, you're burning leads right here. Now, phase 4 is appointment and assessment. This is when you show up. Your tech or estimator goes out to their home, looks at the issue, explains what's going on, or doesn't, and maybe does some quick tests. And your customer pain here is that maybe the tech is late, doesn't call ahead, nobody explains what they're doing, they feel talked down to or rushed. And symptoms on your side are maybe cancellations, no-shows, they seem interested but never call back. And if you don't manage this phase well, the trust you built in consideration gets entirely burned. Now, phase 5, which is presentation and purchase. Now you're at their kitchen table. You've presented them options and pricing, they ask questions, they decide to buy or don't. This is where confusing quotes, too many options, a huge number with no context, no payment options, no clear guarantees make them freeze. You might hear, we're going to think about it, or we're getting a couple more quotes, but often they're not shopping you on price as much as they're trying to escape confusion or fear. Good, better, best, clear language, and a clear explanation here can change everything. Now, phase 6 is fulfillment and advocacy. The job is done. Now they experience the results. Is it actually fixed and better? Remember how your team behaved in their home? Notice if you left a mess or took care of things, decided whether to review or refer. Now, symptoms on your side might be that you don't get reviews even with happy customers. You get very low repeat or referral work, and people forget your name just 2 weeks after the job. Now, if you close the loop with a thank you, ask for a review in a simple way, or check in a bit later, hey, is everything still working the way you hoped? You can turn a one-time job into a future lead. If you don't, The journey just dies with a paid invoice. Now, customers go through the 6 phases where you think about them or not: awareness, consideration, inquiry and lead, appointment and assessment, presentation and purchase, and fulfillment and advocacy. And if you focus on just getting more leads and closing better, you'll miss the early education that makes you the obvious choice. The handling of inquiries that decide who wins the appointment, and the experience during fulfillment that decides who gets reviews and referrals. And every stage is a chance to either build trust or leak revenue. Now, and I get it, you're running calls all day, you keep trucks on the road, you've got a 5-6 person crew, and the idea of mapping a customer journey sounds like homework. And that's why almost no one does it. But once you see it laid out, it gets a lot easier to fix the right parts. And that's why I did most of the homework for you already. And you can download that home service customer journey map. Use it today using the description. Now, if this opened your eyes and you want a simple way to see this for your business, grab the journey, use it with your team, and improve your team. Then, if you want to see which part of this journey is actually your weakest right now, take the Profit Power quiz. This will look at your leads, appointment, presentation, and sales, and give you a custom scorecard that you can work on and fix your business in the next 90 days. It's entirely free, and the link is in the description as well. If you know another business owner who always says, "We just need more leads," share this with them so they can see the whole journey as well. If you want more practical videos like this for small services and trade businesses, hit subscribe so you're notified of the next video. Thanks, and see you soon.